Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are back with Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. As you can see, I did this doodle stitching here, this over there, and I'm going to do this little butterfly here and this as well. So we'll work on that now. The next few weeks will be me filling it in because I don't think I'll get it done. I've only got, what day is it today? It's Tuesday, and I'm pre-recording all my videos, so you know, my mum and my sister are coming and Corinne, and I won't get any more done than filling it in, and it's unrealistic for me to think I'll even get it remotely anywhere near finishing. I've been doing lots of little cantha stitching in wools here and there as well, and more. Dude, I love this sort of look, all of this stuff here, so I'll be doing more of that. But let's get these done and then we'll move on. I'm just filling in gaps, so I'm going to get these done and then see what's next. I thought the butterfly I'm just going to do in a monotone. I'm just grabbing a needle. Okay. No, that needle's no good. Just a minute. I've got everything on a chair here in the kitchen. Just seems like a nice spot to work today. Well, I'll unthread this. There's only a tiny bit there, and I'll use this needle here. So this is an Italian brand. They're from Prato, I think, and it's a Perlé number 8. Big hank of it, so I quite like using that. Now, hopefully I don't go off screen. Okay, this is over there, and I'm just going to do, just hold your breath. Don't look away. I'm just going to bring you down a bit. There we go. So you can see better. And actually, I'm going to move you there so I know I have to stay there. Okay. So because the tendency is when we're stitching that we want to, I'll give you a tap too just to make sure you're on screen. The tendency is to pull the piece towards oneself when stitching. So now I'm doing back stitch, but I do it in a way that I use a little bit less thread so I don't have to change it so often. So instead of it, well, I'll do it the proper way so you can see. The other thing is, like, I don't want to rush. Like, I want to enjoy it. I don't want to feel pressured to finish. And I know you'll be waiting to see, but I think on my last video, I will show how I'm going to finish it, but it won't be finished for quite some time because it'll be one of those things I'll pick up and put down. It's it's been an epic job. It's a bit of a big stitch. I don't do my stitches very evenly. Now, sometimes I am putting it in a little hoop as well, just when I'm stitching. It just depends on how I feel. So how is everyone today? I hope you're well. It's nice to sit down and do a bit of stitching. I'm going to get to do that quite a bit over the next few days to get my videos recorded. Oh, and then I have to start my next project. I could even start that when they're here, although that might be difficult. Although the Sunday that video would go up, we're going to be here. We're going to go to the antique market in my town, and we will be here. But they'll probably be, will be a bit noisy probably. Now, I wouldn't normally, I might just jump down and go, because I've nearly finished the thread. So I could just finish this bit here and then grab a new thread. For the sewing videos, I am enjoying very much this new little, it's like a little weighted stand. And I can, it's got the light. Hopefully the light stays on. I did charge it. It's portable. It's quite heavy though because the base is weighted, but I can maneuver it in any direction, and also I can move it down so I can see. I can actually see that I'm on screen, whereas my other one is attached up on my shelf, and then I have to stand up, and then I can't really see very well anyway. So I think this is a very good stitching phone holder. Now let's just go over here. These are going to be French knots. We'll do those. I'm just going to do one wrap. And you just come down in or next to where you came up. If you've got a really loose weave fabric, you might want to go down next to where you came up, because otherwise your knot may go through, whereas this is multiple layers here, so it should be fine. There honestly is so much to do on this. It's mind-boggling. So Pam Garrison's was super full. My first one I started in 2016. That one's not as full, but it still needs more work. And I wasn't, you know, I had been sewing for a little while, but I wasn't, you know, I'm a bit more, I guess I'm a bit more confident, although I am as insecure as the next person. People we talked about that in our classes, and people were like, they didn't believe me. I'm like, yes, I am. I just don't always express it. I'm just determined. So I will, you know, work it out. So we'll just do these ones as well. And then we can, I try to plan sort of like, where am I going to go next, so that I can proceed on without having to end off. So if I do my French knots in this direction, then I can pop over there and start going around again. I'm going to draw more of these little butterflies, and I wanted to draw on some little sort of simple birds as well and do them just outlined. I need to finish my other bee too. I did that one bee, but I haven't done the other one. So we'll just keep coming around doing back stitch, which is very beginner friendly as well. French knots were terrifying to me. They're so easy, guys. Just crack, give it a crack, keep going at it. If you can't do them, they are really easy. I used to be horrified by them, and then all of a sudden they just start happening. Okay, I'm going to go down here now. I'm going to go around some of these hexies too. There's one over there and the other part on the chinoiserie sort of big doily that was kind of like a tray cloth, but it's kind of disappearing. So I think I might do an edging around it. Oh, it's so peaceful. I'm going to do satin stitch in there, but I'll come back to that. Because I think too, this is the most fun. And I'll tell you what, I have been referring to my drawings, and I've added more drawings. I looked up also doodling, you know, doodle illustrations on Pinterest, and just, you know, not doing exactly what other people are doing, but just picking up little elements here and there that I like. Okay, nearly there. And then we can come and do the satin stitch. Oh, I'll just do that. I think I have enough to do this down here as well. What I might do is like a open daisy stitch to do that without messing about too much. There we go, that works. Look at that. Okay. Now with my threads on the back, I'm actually leaving a little bit of a tail too, just so that when I quilt it, it will sort of all get caught in the quilting. I'm not going to cantha quilt it. I'm just going to regular quilt it. I think I've said that to you guys before. You know, maybe lines 5 centimeters apart or something like that. I don't know. I actually haven't made a quilt. Well, we did the one, but I didn't make it up. Sass did, because it was in Australia. And the one we did for homespun, I did all the applique part of it. I'll look up. I've got some quilting books. I'll have to have a look, see what I might like to do. But I'm not going to, clearly I'm not going to quilt over anything that I've embroidered. I'll be going around it. So it'll be an interesting thing, this whole quilting, how I'm going to manage it. Whoops. Okay, that's one done. See, that didn't take too long. How long have I been here for? 14 minutes. Didn't take long at all. You could just back stitch them. I just thought it'd be nice to satin stitch. Couldn't think of the word. I've got a hole in my middle finger from pushing the needle through from all the just stitching the pieces on, all of the things that I added the last time. And I've stitched I've got one thing in the middle to stitch on, the little heart, but I've got a hole now because I was going through some tough spots where there were a lot of layers, and also sometimes some of these vintage embroideries and fabrics have quite a tight weave or a high thread count, and so they're very like that. I haven't done any stitching on there much because it's very hard to stitch through. It hurts your hand. So, but I like it, so I had to put it on. But I don't think I'll put much on it because it's just too hard on my hands. But, you know, this is going to be pretty full on. So to have a few breathing spots, in fact, I probably need to have a good look at it because down here is pretty full. I've filled up a lot. Okay. Pretty messy back. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm going to use the double gauze that the last homely home or last homely house used. And I bought some, but it's, let me just have a sip of my coffee. It's not big enough. So I was thinking, I saw that there are double gauze blankets at IKEA. So I thought I might go and have a look and see if I could, I think I'm going to, and this is my favourite colour. I love using this. I love it. Oh no, I've done that there. Can't do that there. What will I use? I haven't got all my threads here. I did bring in a few more. No, I didn't bring many. What have I got a lot? I've got a lot of yellow and blue. I've got a few pinks. That would be nice. What about this? Yeah, so I thought I might go to IKEA and see. What this one? This was one that came in a pack that Sarah gave me. That's a bit pale, isn't it? What about if I went around it in pink and put that in the middle? I'm going to do that. Let's try that. I know it's similar to that, but anyway. I do like that colour combination, so may as well go with it. Now, where did I put my scissors? Yep, so I thought I might go and see what that's like, if it's feasible, because it could be that that is big enough for me to do my backing without having to what's the word? Without having to join pieces. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. Oh no, just a minute. I've got a whole box of colours here. I'll just grab it. I've got a whole box of variegated threads here just before I start. Is there something else I would prefer? I think I might do that one. Or do I prefer? No, I'll try the pink. I can do that after. I'll do the pink and the yellow. Decisions. Okay. Oh, now I'm thinking what I might do around there is a running stitch in that blue. Anyway, let's get these done. Now, where are we? I need to bring you down a bit. Okay. Maybe I'll try and put it in the hoop. Where's my hoop? Oh, did I not bring my hoop over? Just a sec. It's just over here on the couch. Good thing I don't have to go very far. Okay, centre it. Slide that on. Go on. Do I need to loosen it? A little bit. Okay. That'll keep it. Ow! Oh, I whacked myself on the leg of the table. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's really very painful. It's shooting up my leg. Again, we're just going to do back stitch. Oh, I think I might faint. Oh, the pain. It really is just because this one, isn't it? You just do it because you like it. That's my thing. Do it because you like it. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about the rules. If you want to put the pink near the pink, do it again. Who cares? Oh, there are a few stitch polices out there, but we just ignore them. I did have this gap here and I did feel like it needed something in here, so that's why I drew this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do those little French knots there. Or I could do it a little satin stitch. This is a very pretty colour, quite different to the other one, softer. I'm wondering if I might have a few more gaps, but they might be filled in with stitching and that sort of stuff. We pretty much did a good job last week with the gap filling of those big areas that I had, and I've stitched it all down, as I said, except for the one thing. So I'm wondering what else there is to do, to add. I forgot to do my other little log cabin. I wanted to do a mini one and have that, a wonky one, have that attached somewhere, but who knows if I'll do that. A shame, I would have nearly made it, but not quite. No, I don't think it's going to happen. Oops, that's not right. I might make it. Oh, that's lucky. Okay, I've got just enough to knot. Okay, let's find the end of this. Now I had rolled it up nicely, now it's all a mess. Let's see here, where's the beginning? Now I'm doing satin stitch, so I don't want it to be too long. And you don't want to do with this, you don't want to do big long stitches like that. I'm going to have them at a slight angle, and I'm using the middle line to see where they're going to fan out that way and fan out that way. Because it's wool too, I'm going to do them quite loosely. You don't have to use wool. I've been using the floss as well. And if you want it to be thicker when you're using the stranded cotton, just do 6 strands. And it's about the same thickness as this wool. Just going to pull that so I don't have to thread it again. I'm just coming up next to where I went down, just so it saves a lot of thread. Because otherwise you have the same amount. See how that goes over? It also goes over on the underside as well. So you're using double the amount. Whereas this way you only use half, probably just a slightly more than half the amount of the thread. Like I wouldn't do it if I do a satin stitch there, no point. Sometimes I don't remember where I was. I'm just going to come up to here and then colour that in. A non-technical name for satin stitch is colouring in stitch. Got a bit of a tangle there. It's good I've got my thread container on the piece, so I can't pull it towards myself. I'm feeling like I'm tugging at it and it's not moving. It's because it's got the threads on it. So that's good for you guys, because then I'm staying on screen. I don't think I've ever been so on screen. That is so pretty, soft and pretty. It'll probably just blend in, which is perfectly fine because there's so much going on. I'm jumping over here. It's pale enough that you're not going to be able to see it through the other side. Having that drawn line there too is very helpful when doing this. bit of a too big a gap there. When you start to get to the top, maybe I'll put one more stitch in, then you can put the one to the middle, kind of. So you know that you've got to colour it into there, and then you start fanning around the other way. You know, it's maybe some of these things, like the loopy things, the arch sort of things. Where are they? Here, these sorts of things. I'm going to repeat those all over it. And I may put this one, but in different colours in other areas as well. I'm going to do some more butterflies. As I said, I'm going to do some birds. Maybe we'll do that in the next video. Draw a few birds and put them on. Little ones. So it really is the fun bit of the project, the super fun bit. I have really enjoyed the collage. The most boring part is, although it's the most mindless part, is stitching everything on with the whatever, you know, just with the same, well, beige thread or whatever you're using, like all this stitching on. That's pretty boring. And then you get to the fun embellishing bit. And I think, you know, now that I've started doing this, I'm feeling more inspired to do it. Whereas at first you sort of think, oh, I don't know where to begin. That's why I think doing a few sketches, vague sketches of ideas, and having just like a little library of things that you might want to put on is a good idea. And my sister, she has lots of those books. She couldn't find them. She showed some, but they're not the ones I was thinking of, because she's tidied up, because she's had quotes to get her place done. So I think she's mentioned that in her video. I'm not revealing anything. And so I think she's put them away somewhere. But they're really, really, she's got lots of books full of things to draw. And I didn't know that she had all those drawings of Lulu that Lulu had done. I'm getting quite a lot done with the one thread. That's because I'm doing the going down and then coming up next to method. I'll finish off this thread, then I want to do the little dots, and then I wanted to go around where that hexie, so I don't forget, and I can come back and finish this. There's a yapping dog somewhere. It must be in our building, because we've got triple glazed windows. I live in a bunker. You can't hear anything. If you don't connect to our Wi-Fi, you've got no reception. It's so insulated. So I think someone's got a dog here at the moment. I know the lady that lives upstairs, her daughter's opened a store next door to us. We're in a residential sort of area out of the centre of town, and there's a fruit store next to us, and it was next to that, it was a laundromat, and it's always been very unsuccessful and changed hands a lot. I don't think it's a good spot for a shop. It's a destination sort of area, and people would really have to know about her. Her daughter's opened this vintage clothing store. So I'll be interested to see how she goes. And I know she has a dog, and when they come over, the dog is here. And I think she's setting up her store, so she could very well have her dog here, and that's why I can hear the yapping. It might be downstairs in the garage. So I went short on that side. This side's longer, but it doesn't really matter. I can hear all kinds of noises today, which is unusual. Yep, I can hear ringing, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so that's that. Well, maybe I should finish it. Just, it won't take me long. While I've got my thread here that I need to sort out. I had wound it, as I said, and now it's a hot mess. I probably don't need that much. I love it because it's sort of more yellow, but goes into little pale pinky apricot-y colours, and then it has little flecks of other colours in it. I'm pretty sure that was from a pack, or maybe I bought it. I can't remember from whom. I think it was a little bit expensive, but there was a lot in there, and it was years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I'm still using it. Might as well get it finished, huh? I feel like the silly season is on. So in Australia, we call December the silly season, or we always did at home because I don't know about other places, but when you work in Australia, quite often it's just one Christmas cocktail party after another. And so it's just called traditionally the silly season because everybody's out going to cocktail parties, or drinks parties, I should say, or dinners for Christmas, pre-dinner. We get quite a few invites too in Italy for that sort of thing. Everyone catching up before the festive season. And I can feel it coming on. And I said to Stefano, I feel like going out and being naughty every night. And when I say that, I mean like going out and having dinner and having a glass of wine and stuff like that. We say that's being naughty now in our old age because it's stuff we shouldn't be doing. Well, in moderation. But we don't, because Steph is my conscience. He's very good. I was his conscience when we were younger, and it didn't always work, even though I knew how to have fun too when we were young. But now that we're older, we don't always feel that well if we're really bad. So we try to keep ourselves in check, because otherwise you pay the consequences of your actions. Okay, I'm using the mustard, and I'm going to do, I think I'm not going to do French knots. I'm going to just do a little satin stitch. And I probably only need 3 stitches. So this length is too long. I'll put them all aside and then I'll come and use it somewhere else. This colour will be, I've done it, used it so a little bit lighter, but in stranded cotton. I use it everywhere. I love it. I think that's my mum's influence. But pink and mustard, come on, that's just beautiful. So you do 1 longer stitch in the middle and then 2 shorter ones on the side to get your shape. And I don't always get the right shape, but I try my hardest. That worked pretty well. And then I'll do this one. Didn't quite get in the middle. I'll iron it. I'll need to iron it too when I'm putting the backing, like, you know, pinning it to the backing. I'll iron it flat sort of thing, and I'll iron off all the few markings. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we did that. I think I'll leave that threaded because what I do sometimes too is just go and do a bit of cantha stitching somewhere to finish it off. Finish off the thread, because that's a silly piece length of thread there, but I've got a lot of this colour here, so, and that's that. But I still feel like here needs a little bit of something going on. I have this little corner down here that needs something going on, but I'm not quite sure what yet. So I'll leave that threaded so I can cantha that, and let me see what other, I'll take off this length. And what was I going to do? Oh, the navy. I had a piece of navy here. I'm going to go around this one. With running stitch. I want to try and keep them small and as even as I can. I'm not very even at doing that sort of thing. I need to bring in some more greens. I've only got my very bright green, which I am using, but I don't want to use it everywhere. And as I'm stitching, and I say it all the time, ideas pop into my head. So, I mean, you could literally sit in one area of your piece and just keep stitching on it. Oh, it's only 42 minutes. I thought I'd been here longer. We'll do a few things. We want to get it done. Whoops. That's because I'm on this one, so I can't run my needle through it. It's very hard. Luckily, I'm not using wool on there, so I'm able to pull it. If I use wool on there, it's, oh my goodness, I have to get my pliers. Okay, let's just... I'll tell you what, it's a luxury working down the side. When you get into the middle, that's kind of hard to film too. I have drawn a flower over there. We'll do that in the next video. What else did we say? Oh, we can do birds. That could be done in the next video too, I think. It's so nice going through the linen. I'll tell you what, it's like butter. Okay, I like that. Right, I did have a thought that maybe, where's that blue? Use this one. I think I'd like to, oh no. I think I might like to thread paint it. Oh my gosh, I said it. I did. What have I got going on here? A little short piece. Let's start with that one. I will outline it. I definitely think there are dogs here because Stefano was saying, what is that barking dog? We don't normally hear that stuff. Now, how is this happening? I think I'm just going to fan around because I felt like it's a bit plain here. I'll just do loose. I'm using 6 strands. We're going to get a nice variation in colour. I've got quite a bit of dark there, so oh, it doesn't really matter. I'll just keep going round. Coming back the other way. Being careful not to go over, because I should have done this first, but I'm being careful not to go over my running stitch. And I probably should have outlined it first, I think. Just going to add a little bit of texture and dimension to it. Okay, I think I might outline it. Just trying to get areas almost pretty much done. I've got, I think I might use this. No, I've got a lighter one. Let's use this one maybe to out, yes, I'll use this one. No, it won't stand out very much. Will this one stand out too much? I wish you could answer my questions. I got questions, guys. I'm going to use that one because I do think the other one will fade a little bit, you know, you blend in. That's what I'm trying to say. Blend, not fade, blend. You see why I don't want to rush it. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to see the other colour. It's lovely how fabric gives us a little starting point, doesn't it? To do something. I won't keep you here all day, don't worry. Let's just see what this looks like. And then it's got these little fanning bits out here. I'm going to do those as well. Or I'll risk that I'll cover them up. Okay, nearly there. I think I might just have a little stitch coming down into here as well. It's a pretty vague sketch. I mean, vague image on the fabric too. It's quite pale. Normally I'm quite oblivious to sounds like they... Oh, that's the door. I'll be back in a minute.